Did you know the United States responded to Pearl Harbor with a mission that looked more like a suicide note than a military plan? It was called the Doolittle Raid, and it was so insane that when Army pilot Jimmy Doolittle first suggested it, half the room probably wondered if he'd been drinking jet fuel. The idea was simple. Take 16 Army bombers, B-25 Mitchells, put them on an aircraft carrier they were never designed to fly from, sail them across the Pacific, and bomb Japan right in the teeth. Easy, right? Except no one had ever launched bombers this big off a carrier. No one had the fuel for a round trip. And there was no way, absolutely no way, those planes were coming home. But after Pearl Harbor, America needed a punchback. A message, a moment. So Doolittle and his volunteers trained like maniacs, stripping weight, practicing ultra-short takeoffs, and learning how to yank a medium bomber into the sky before it ran out of deck. Then on April 18, 1942, from the deck of the USS Hornet, they launched into rough seas and bad weather, way earlier than planned and way farther than expected. Some pilots later said the first few seconds felt like trying to lift a school bus with bad brakes. They hit Tokyo, Yokohama, Nagoya, small bomb loads, but a massive psychological shock. It proved Japan wasn't untouchable. It proved America wasn't broken, and it sent the Japanese leadership into a panic that would lead directly to the Battle of Midway, the turning point of the entire Pacific War. Almost none of the raiders made it to safety. Most crash-landed in China. Some were captured, some executed. Only one plane reached the Soviet Union, and they promptly interned the crew because, well, the Soviets were the Soviets. And yet Jimmy Doolittle, he thought he'd failed. He assumed he'd be court-martialed for losing every aircraft. Instead, he walked home with the Medal of Honor and a place in history reserved for men who say, "To hell with the odds," and then go do the impossible anyway. The Doolittle Raid didn't win the war, but it lit the fuse that helped change everything. If you enjoyed this trip down the rabbit hole, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Smart History for Dumb Times. And if you feel like fueling more historical deep dives, the link to buy me a coffee is in my bio.